I feel like I haven't been on this live in a bit, and I think it's mainly because I tried to go on last time and I wouldn't go live, but I'm happy to be back. And I want to start off by taking my breath, um, because your breath is part of your self love. Okay, ready? Thank you for joining. Your breath helps you stay present and be mindful. And I feel like society and life is so fast paced at times that we forget to breathe, right? So I'm clearing the energy. I hope everybody is doing good. I earlier I had a moment where I was so grateful. 2018 was very difficult for me, but had a lot of it had a lot of growth. I had so many lessons, painful or not. I was just thanking God earlier, thanking God this rising, and so excited for what's to come. So, really quick, I just want to address something before I get into what I wanted to talk about. A lot of people that I've been speaking to or even done readings for have been having a lot of family issues. And I know how difficult it can be to separate yourself from DNA, especially when you feel like, you know, you have to be around them or you have to continue to deal with people because they're related to you and you're taught that you have to stick together. But, a lot of times DNA is karmic and not always in a good way. We have to experience these things with these people and remember that we're all on our own individual journey and we don't have to hold on to someone because they are DNA related to us. When you release anything and anyone that no longer serves your highest good, you allow the universe to bring you in alignment with your tribe. So I just wanted to say that. And I wanted to talk about spiritual gifts because I feel like a lot more people are going through a spiritual awakening or have gone through one, and everyone has intuition. Um, but I feel like people are really stepping into, you know, their gifts and figuring out what works for them. So I've always known that I had a gift from a little girl because I used to see my grandfather all the time and I used to talk to him and I watched him go with us to doctor's appointments and everything. Um, it would come in and out. Um, and I always felt like people people were always drawn to me as a healer, or they adults even as a child would open up to me about their issues, and it was always very burdensome. So I really didn't look at it like a blessing. I didn't know how to, properly allow myself to be comfortable with it. And I didn't really see it as a gift because I started seeing it as a burden because I was feeling and seeing things in people that I didn't want to see. And then, you have the people around you doubting you, or you have the traumatic, not everyone around me doubted me, but, there were quite a bit of nonsense or crap talking, kind of like, or I wouldn't want that, or oh, that's weird, or you're weird, kind of thing. And you know, now I could give a shit, and I like to be around people who appreciate who I am. So then there was a period where, um, thank you so much. That was such a beautiful message. Thank you. I know God is proud of me too. That feels good. Um, so then I really went through a spiritual awakening. And I've mentioned before, like, I got really sick, 13 medications, anxiety, depression, neck surgeries, fibromyalgia, Bell's palsy. My kid was having seizures, all the different things that shift. And that's really, a spiritual awakening is really difficult, but you get to see you get to connect to yourself on a level that you didn't even know existed. So really the trauma is what really brought me and forced me. Everything had to be eliminated from my life, people, things, everything, for me to really connect fully. So I would say, as time started going on and when I started embracing it again, was because I was still allowing people to use me for it. You know, I was still like, they'd ask me my opinion, knowing what I meant. They didn't mean my opinion, they meant channel your energy, and I had no boundaries. No boundaries. I felt guilty, I felt bad, and people don't give a shit. Not everybody, but most people don't. And it's a service, and there has to be an exchange of energy. So I didn't really have boundaries, but I would say about a year ago, I started really feeling like I need to do something with this. This was given to me, you know. I stopped feeling guilty to make a living off of this because it is a service and you are giving something that you cannot just buy off a shelf or anywhere, you know what I mean? So I started to get back in touch with my gifts. I started doing affirmations. I started trusting my intuition. I started following whatever I felt. I stopped listening to the people around me, and I started listening to what was going on inside. I started addressing things that everybody kind of wanted to do, the whole peekaboo with the dark thing. Oh, well, that's an issue, that's happening, but they didn't want to address it. You know, or seeing something with a child happening and being like, that's the parent's problem. Nah, like, I was like, what the, like, what if injustice, and that's something I've always really dealt with. I have seen a lot of injustice, like, and things are brought to you, whether it makes you uncomfortable or not, for you to speak on it, for you to follow these things. I've seen, like, I one time saw a grown man that I ended up seeing ushering at a church, and I told the pastor and I told the people at the church about it at a Walmart, going behind young girls with his hands in his pants, right? And it was so weird because I'm like, I'm new to this area, and I'm gonna go in here and tell these people, and then I was like, I really don't have a choice. So I feel like so many different things come from it, and so many different things. Yeah, I know, Tyrese, right? Like, people are sick. So many things come from it, and so many different things happen to bring you closer. So about maybe 8.5, 9 months ago, I started doing this thing where I was testing my intuition with Psychic Sunday, where you answer one question per person and kind of thing. And my point in bringing all that up is, so now I really have started a business within the last few months, and really doing this as a business and realize that this is my purpose. So when you follow your purpose, exactly, those are the people you got to kind of watch. When you follow your purpose and you follow what you're being called to do, no matter who around you is, oh, it's so weird, or oh my gosh, that's strange, or I wouldn't want to do, you know, like, you got to silence the noise and get away from those people. And everyone is gifted in a different way, whether it is by your voice, your body, you know, like, whatever it is, like, your intuition. Everyone has a gift. So I wanted to talk about that today because I want to encourage everyone to start acknowledging the special things about you. You know, if you're really good at, exactly, follow your own judgment. If you're really good at putting things together, if you're really good at making things, even if you don't know where to begin, ask God, ask the universe, ask the angels, whatever it is that resonates with you, ask for assistance, ask for guidance on it. You weren't just put on this earth to pay bills, go to school, appease teachers, appease the world, appease your family, and die. Like, no, no. So much more, so much more. You're destined for so much more. And it's time to start selling yourself short. It's time to stop bullshitting yourself, because you've probably allowed a bunch of people to bullshit you, or you've probably been around a lot of bullshitters, and it's time to stop that shit. It's time to start stepping into your divinity, and it's time to start honoring you and doing what is right for you. 2019. You have fought to get to where you are. Think of the things that there's no way in hell you thought you were going to overcome, or there's no way in hell you really saw yourself moving past or surviving at all, and you've done it. You've done it. So now what are you going to put into place? And what are you going to do to move forward? And really, and I say this in most of my readings and most of my videos, guys, the angels and everything, they can't intervene with free will. You have free will. What a blessing that is, right? Like, there's not a bunch of robots where we're all doing the same thing. You have free will, the power to choose. Choose to ask for help. Choose to ask for guidance on your purpose, and pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to your intuition. So I'm going to pull some cards for us. If anyone has any questions, you can ask. Now is the time. And I want to say this. Feeling lonely is actually like a sign that you're at a different peak. You're at a different level of finding yourself. And I know it's uncomfortable. I remember being really sad, really lonely at times, and kind of hugging myself, no lie. Like, and I don't even give a shit if that sounds like, oh God, like I would rather be in my own damn arms than someone else that is no longer serving my highest good. How did you go about starting your business? Oh wait, let me see. How did you go about starting your business? I feel like how I went about starting my business. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but really quick, like I was saying, like loneliness, guys, is a sign that you're getting to a different level of your evolution. I'm not lonely at all anymore. I mean, I have moments where I'm like, oh, this would be nice, but no, I enjoy myself way too much now. So if you're lonely, embrace it and kind of really embrace yourself. And how I started my business, I really talked about it a lot. I talked about it to myself. I talked about it to people. Your business is you. You're basically, and you could say selling yourself, but not really. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? There's nothing wrong with being lonely. But I felt like that needed to be said, because I went through a deep loneliness where, oh my gosh, I cried. But, look at me now. I'm not lonely. I really talked about it a lot. Like I got online and I talked about it. And I started doing research on it. I started reading on it, watching videos on different things, and really just started praying on it. And that's how I started my business. Like I'm just working on. I have someone working on a website with me now, and a few months back, like I wasn't really, you really have to talk about it. You have to get out there. You have to find ways to kind of market you and market what you're trying to sell. So that's what I did. And if it sounds simple enough, it's because it is. You just have to be consistent. You can't worry about how many times someone's not going to see your vision. You know how many people didn't see my vision or still don't? That's because it's not for them to see. God has given you special glasses and a special vision because it's for you. And that's why it's so important to stay in your own lane with things, because everything's not going to resonate with everyone else. Okay, I'm gonna pull some cards. Oh, so this, la la la. Okay, so the first card we got is the Stag Spirit. Take the lead. Take the lead. And weren't we just talking about how do you start this? Or all you have to do is take the steps. Take the steps forward. Write out a plan. Thank you. Write out a plan, take the lead. All the universe has to do is see you take that first step, and then it's going to help you fly. Someone asked me earlier, I went to the gym earlier, and this woman and I started talking, and she was like, we were talking about something, and we talked about business, and she said, well, how did you move forward? I don't know. I think she was basically trying to figure out how I got out of fear. And I said, I stopped standing at the cliff, looking around, and I fucking jumped. And I was like, either you're gonna fly or you're gonna fucking fall. And I was so tired of being dragged and so tired of falling and so tired of my own bullshit that I flew. That I had no choice but to flap my arms and fly. The next card we got is the Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. So I really feel like the Dolphin Spirit is letting us know that there is truth for everyone in everything. And we don't always have to. I also feel like this card is letting us know not to, like, to stay in our own lane. This and that are true. Kind of like, do what feeds your spirit. If that's true for that person and this is true for you, good, but keep going. And look at how beautiful this dolphin looks. Like it's coming out of a lotus flower, kind of moving forward. So stay in your lane and keep going. The next card we got is the Frog Spirit. Clear out the clutter. This is for me personally. It's like, you, girl, get your shit together. That's what it's saying. Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. We are coming into a new year. Hanging on to anything, a receipt, articles of clothing that no longer fit you or that you haven't worn in a year, get rid of it. The universe is bringing in blessings. Things are aligning. Now don't throw your whole damn wardrobe out and said, Cynthia said blessings are coming. Okay, well, calm down. They are coming. But the point is, anything that you're not using anymore, anything that can go, people, places, things, get rid of it. Eliminate it. Cut the cord. Throw it in the trash. That's it. I feel like you guys are really quiet today. And I'll pull a healing card. Exactly. Keep doing you. Keep doing you. Just make sure you don't throw out. Yeah, you have been. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. I'm going to pull some healing cards. If you'd like me to elaborate on anything, I will. If not, wonderful. Then that means I was thorough. And our healing card. Oh. Visualize success. See yourself doing well in this situation, your business, your new business, or your business you've been working on, and have faith in a positive outcome. What you see is exactly what is going to be. And our trauma and our conditioning, it blocks us from remembering that we are magic and that we are co-creators and that we are the director of our own life. You know, we are being called. There's a new earth now. Like, I don't think that people understand that. The veil is, what is the veil now? You know, like, we are so in our spirit and it's so natural. I mean, you keep it straight to the point. I'll ask you do if people are. Thank you. Where the heck? What do I do if people aren't noticing me? I remind myself that the people who are for me are for me. And whoever's supposed to notice me will notice me. You know, if I have to go, like, and then sometimes you may have to unfollow certain accounts or start following other ones to kind of bring in some type of different energy. But not everyone notices me. I'm not for everyone, you know? But I do know that there are so many people stepping into their gifts, and there are so many people believing in themselves, and so many people doing spiritual practices and businesses, and I don't feel intimidated at all because I am in my own lane, and there is only one Cynthia, and the people I'm supposed to help are being aligned to me, and there is an unlimited amount of financial wealth and prosperity and joy and happiness and abundance on all levels for everyone. So that's where you have to go with it when you kind of feel like that. Are there any other questions? Thank you so much. And you have been, you know, a lot of men are not in touch with their masculine and feminine energy and are able to show feeling. So it's nice to have a male interact in these groups. Do you have a Christmas card? What? I don't understand. Do you have a Christmas card? Please elaborate. I don't know what you mean. I'm going to pull one more card for us. Yes, and that's great. I appreciate all of you so much, um, for the love and for telling me, even for messaging me and saying, oh, I inspire you or anything like that. I was a little girl who didn't believe in herself for a long time, trapped, inside of a grown body. I was very broken. Um, I was very broken. So it feels so good to be doing the work and being able to encourage others to do the same. And the other last card we got is Archangel Raphael. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing. So you are being so supported. We are so supported and loved, guys. You're never alone. You're never alone. You're always loved. Oh, I'm just playing. Yeah, it was like Christmas card. What? All right, so any other questions? If not, I'm going to say toodaloo. And then next Sunday, I will literally see you guys next year. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next year. Write out a plan, write it out on paper, draw it on paper, color it. Yeah, manifest away. Oh, thank you, Siobhan. Okay, guys. Take care. I will see you next year. Happy 2019 early. Manifest. Be grateful for it all. I love you guys. Take care. Oh, and if you'd like to book a personal reading, message me. You will soon be able to go to my website. All right. Believe in yourself.